let us start with the first game that we have this weekend. This is the number 1 seeded Ravens get to play this week against the upstart Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins and Coach DeMeco Ryans and Will Anderson Jr. on defense. So, guys, we're just going to plow through this because I think this will be a fun thing. But we'll go around and give your impressions, who you think will win, and anything you think that is important to talk about for this game. So, Handy, we'll start with you, my good man.
All right. Here we have quite possibly the heir apparent to the AFC throne versus the up-and-coming young upstart.
Yeah.
This is total poster child for that scenario. I think for this one, it's going to be a matter of rest versus rust. Because the Texans are hungry. Now, if you look at it on paper, you say, the Texans are probably not going to win this game. I mean, it's the Ravens, you know what I mean? But nobody expected Dallas to get beat at home yesterday, and nobody definitely expected Philadelphia to only score 9 points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So at this point, if you told me donkeys could fly, I'd go outside and start looking for them. I think the Texans have a puncher's chance in this game, but they go out and they hit the Ravens in the mouth a couple of times. And I'm sorry because I know Nate is watching. He may log off after what I have to say. But I think if you go and hit the Ravens in the mouth a couple of times pretty hard, and you keep hitting them in the mouth, this game could wind up turning out differently than most folks think it will. I don't even know what the line is. I'm sure the Ravens are favored, but I think if any team in the AFC has a shot at beating the Ravens, it's the Texans. And I believe in DeMeco. I believe in Mr. Ryans and Mr. C.J. Stroud. So that is no offense to the Ravens whatsoever. The Ravens are by and large a cream of the crop of the AFC this season. I'm just saying, if there's any team in the AFC that can pull it off, that's the team.
Okay, fair enough. Delilah, give us your impression of this weekend's matchup, and who do you think is going to win here?
Yeah, I still give it to the Ravens. Now, if Houston wins, I won't be upset, but I still think Ravens will take this. But I don't think it'll be a blowout at all. I think both teams will be competitive. Both have good defenses. Okay, both of these teams have good defenses. Both of these teams have, as we can see, really strong quarterbacks, and each one has offensive pieces that they can go to, the run game, the pass game, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to be a blowout. So I do think that Ravens will take this. I'm not going to give you a score, but I think Ravens win by a touchdown. I'll give you that. But I don't think it'll be a blowout.
No problem. Boy, Ravens by a touchdown. I like it. Tina, how about you? What are your impressions, or what do you think for this game? Who do you think is going to win here?
I'm going all in on the youngsters and their coach. I know that the Ravens and Houston played earlier in this year, but it was the first game of the season. And the Houston team at that time is a very different team than it is right now. So,
True.
The Ravens probably will end up pulling it out in the end, but I'm rooting for Houston. I think they can they might be able to surprise them a little bit and a few things that are with some of the stuff that's going on. So CJ isn't going to fall. Like, I don't see him being like getting behind by like a touchdown or something like that. Like 7-10 points aren't going to be anything to him. He's still going to rally. He's still going to try and make things happen. So I'm in on the Texans, but I also like the underdog kind of aspect of it. So that's my thought.
No. You know what? Real quick, yeah. I'm just like, to me, this is going to be hopefully one of the better games of the weekend, just because I think C.J. Stroud and the boys are like, hey, we got nothing to lose. We're one of the youngest teams in the NFL. Like, when you look at them, you're like, you got a rookie quarterback, Will Anderson's in his second. You know, this team has still got tons of potential, and you're already overachieving, as it were. So they got nothing to lose. I think that but to me, this should be a statement game for Baltimore, though, because Baltimore has been heavily criticized for a lot of years. They've gotten into playoffs, and everybody's like, oh, this could be Baltimore's year, and nothing has materialized in the last, 6-7 years, whatever it is. So I really think this is a statement game for Baltimore. They should come in fired up, ready to play this game, ready to show everyone that they're the number one seed for a reason. Now, again, I'm with Tina in that I'm rooting for Houston all the way. I'm not going to lie, just because I love a good underdog story, and this is definitely one. So I'm always gonna root for the underdog. I do think Baltimore wins this game, but again, like Delilah, I will not be unhappy if Houston somehow pulls it out. But I am going to take Baltimore in this game, maybe by 10 points. I think that, Lamar Jackson is playing at a high level. He's finally got some people who can actually catch the ball. They're having better production on offense, and the defense is playing well. Roquan Smith, who we gave to them, like, he's been playing lights out. So I think Baltimore can pull this game out, but I'll keep that underdog thought for the Texans.